For this week's scene, Patricia Murphy went to Bewley in the New Forest to explore the new wave of the theremin.
Its haunting notes seem as ancient as the elements, but it was only invented 70 years ago. It's the only instrument you don't touch, but in the right hands, it's one of the most expressive. It's called the theremin, and thanks to the enthusiasm of contemporary musicians, it's currently undergoing a revival.
The sound is actually ethereal, and in fact it was originally called the etherphone by Theremin, who invented it 70 years ago, and it has a very sort of haunting quality to it, which I think is quite searching in its sound, and it goes very deep.
The theremin is played by moving both hands through fields of energy, created by a metal rod at the top and a metal loop at the side. When it was first invented by Russian scientist Theremin, it caused a sensation. It later became well known as the soundtrack of 1950s science fiction films, such as The Day the Earth Stood Still. Now once again, its otherworldly sound has struck a chord with contemporary groups, including the award-winning Portishead. The group bought their instrument from a New Forest-based designer who is reinventing the theremin.
Bands like Portishead are using new and old technology. They're not frightened of using different things to create different sounds.
But is the theremin anything more than a passing fad? Will it really catch on?
Well, they said in the 30s that the electric guitar was a fad, and they were wrong. So if this is going to be a fad, history usually repeats itself, so we presume that these people are wrong, and in 100 years' time, this instrument will be even stronger than it is today.
Although it was invented 70 years ago, it is actually still ahead of its time. So there are a lot of moves that you could make and modifications which will enable it to play other instruments, and I think that's going to be good for a new generation of musicians who don't want the interface of a keyboard or frets and can just go directly into mid-air and play.
The spooky sounds of the new wave theremin.